Good morning, everyone. It's Lola with LolaRist.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and give me a moment and get Facebook up here, and we'll be ready. Okay. Get our volume down. Okay, we are ready to go. We have returned home safe and sound from Disney World and walked all over and worn out, but it was worth every little bit of it. The girls had a great time. Good morning, Arla. Nice to have you. Do you have snow up there today, Arla? I know, like Doris has snow up in Iowa. She posted pictures. We're lucky. We don't have anything yet. So there's a chance of snow tomorrow, they said, or Wednesday. But right now, we're good. We're good. So I wanted to work with you today with a card that I had done last week. I posted 2 of them, and I said that I was going to use this for my Facebook Live today to show you how to put it together. It really goes together easy, but it's a lot easier to visually see it than to explain it in words. So it's a pop-up card, like such. Okay, fits in our regular envelopes. There's another one I made, just like this. Oh, so you're good too. Windy, but no snow. Good. And this was another one I made last week, and I posted while we were in Disney. But now I want to show you how to actually put it together. Good morning, Jonna. How are you, girlfriend? So today we're going to play with the Nesting Birds bundle. I think it's Nesting Birds. Nesting Birds? Nesting Friends. Nesting Friends. Good morning, Jamie. Nice to have you with us too. So we're going to see how quick these are to go together. These are a fun card. Really has a wow factor to it and not difficult at all. Okay? All right. So let me turn around and get this started down here. Give me a second. Morning, Doris. Okay. So we're going to start here with our simple score tool, but I want to do a couple of things first. If you are thinking about the Spring Craft Retreat on March 4th, I believe we are at capacity right now in person. You can continue to register virtually, and you will still get everything sent to you, but the problem is our space is limited. And right at this moment, until I know positively if I can have another extra table, I am saying that we are maxed out and I am taking a waiting list. So in person, it's a waiting list. If you want virtual, not a problem. Not a problem at all. If you want virtual and you want to do it with us, we will be using the Garden Birdhouse. I will be posting a Facebook Live Facebook group that's private. We'll show you how to get everything created with the 10 make and takes and to finish it. You can also, if you don't really like this card or this stamp set, you can adjust and use something else if you want. That's not a problem. The cards will adapt to something else. So there's that. Jamie says, are you packed and ready to go? No. The suitcase is emptied out and the laundry is almost done. The last load is in the washing machine right now. I've started folding and putting more clothes next to the suitcase. And yeah, no, we are not ready to go. And if you have followed me, you know I do not like to pack suitcases. Not my thing. They are emptied out so fast, but I don't like to pack them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that again, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Good morning, Kathy, and good morning, Doris. I know, Doris, you have snow up there. We are no snow. No snow. Jamie, I know, is south of us. She has no snow. Arla has no snow. So I'm sorry, Doris, that you have the white stuff. All right, so I want to make sure you see that I have a boo-boo. I do make mistakes. I don't have a problem correcting myself any place. I know I make mistakes and I do not expect perfection from me. I'm far from it. So when I went to recreate this, I looked at my measurements last night and I'm like, whoa, I typed that wrong. If you copy off the pop-up masculine birthday card from last week when I printed it, you will see that it says early espresso cut 9 by 5 1/4 inches. It should read 4 1/4. If you've not printed it off, it has been fixed on today's blog post. I have corrected it and it is ready to go. So just know if you printed it last week, you got to fix that. Make it a 4, not a 5. 4 1/4, not 5 1/4. Okay? All right. So here we go. So we're going to play, since I'm in the mood for birds here. Yeah, it's kind of a bird theme here. I don't want it to be a completely bird theme though, because we got the bird houses going on the craft retreat and we've got birds going on our card today. And we are heading to the Super Bowl with Arizona Cardinals, which is a bird, but we are playing the Eagles and they are bird and we're not, so it's going to stop right there at the Arizona Cardinals so the Chiefs can win. All right, so here we go. This is the stamp set I'm using. Hi, Linda. Nice to have you with us. It does have matching dies. I have not used a lot of this. I'm going to play with it today and see what I can go with. I will tell you, though, that sometimes I don't like Stampin' Up! Birds. I don't really like that bird punch too much. Not my thing. And that aspen tree die set, the bird, I know he's cold and he's got his wings or his feathers all fluffed out, but I didn't really like that bird. I love this bird. Love this bird. And I love that we have a die cut that is like an overlay. So you could do like the nest itself in early espresso. And then you could come back with soft suede and give you, it builds the depth of the nest with 2 colors. So this is what I'm going to do today. But as we do it, I want to show you, this is our card today. Now, we have a tendency, I know I do, that I look at a stamp set or a suite and I think, ooh, I don't like that. So therefore, we don't look at the paper. You need to always look at your DSP, no matter whether you like the suite or not, because there's so many other ways that you can use those DSPs. This one is from the Desert DSP set. I don't remember the actual name and I don't have a catalog here, but it's the one that's got the beautiful Calypso Coral and Petal Pink and Soft Succulent. And I just wanted a soft pattern. So I pulled out one of the design pattern pieces in here. And then this here is also one of the dies or one of the pieces, just like that. Okay. I also use the wind embossing folder, the cloud embossing folder, to give texture to the vellum. And it kind of has, with those lines, it kind of imitates the lines in the DSP. I wanted to use soft succulent, and I wanted a little bit of evening evergreen, but not a lot. So I also wanted gray. I really like soft gray. So I paired up my blend. So I have soft gray and I use mint macaron to give it a little bit lighter contrast than what's going on behind. So here's my card for the day. I love that greeting too. Best friends make the good times better and the hard times easier. That's a lot like in that stamp set for celebration, there's something like this somewhat. And then there was one a couple of years ago that had kind of that greeting, and I think that's a great greeting. I wanted to send that to a friend who I know was having a struggle here. Lost her husband several months ago and still struggling. So here we go. We're going to make it. So again, if you printed off the directions last week for the pop-up masculine birthday card, and I now renamed it to the Sidestepped Funfold because Erica Serwin named it for us all. Somebody gave us a name. Everybody was doing it, nobody knew what to call it, and somebody told her. So if you printed this off last week, I have a typo. If you print it off today, it's fixed. So it will be on today's post, 4 1/4, not 5 1/4. So I cut a piece of soft succulent, 9 inches by 4 1/4, and I'm gonna score it at 5 1/2. Good thing I looked. Had that one wrong. 5 1/2, 6 1/2. That jumped on me. 7 1/2, and 8 1/2. Okay? So if you gotta angle it down. That was the clue on this. If you ever have it like me where I have it and it jump the channel from one to the other, angle down and pull, and it should be better. Okay? And then we have another piece. This one is 5 1/2 by 3. And again, I want to score it, but this time I'm going to score at 4 inches and at 5 inches. Okay, so that's it. Let me get rid of this and we can go on ahead. All right, so I'm going to start with this piece here, and I'm going to take it and I'm just going to cover it in, curl it in. Everything I'm on the score lines, I'm just going to fold down. And what is going to happen is when I tip it and roll it over, it will give me that box that I need right there. Okay? So I scored again at 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 7 1/2, 8 1/2, and I'm going to put a piece of tearing tape right here. But I'm not going to tear it down yet. Tape it down yet. Okay. All right. Okay, on this one here, we're going to go backwards and backwards. Just like that. Okay. Backwards and backwards. And I am going to put a piece of tearing tape here because that's going to fold under. And then I'm going to flip this. I'm going to wait. There should be a piece of folding tape there, a tear tape, but I think I'm going to wait until I get it done. All right, so here comes my mats. Because my greeting is going on the back of the card, I can go on ahead and add another layer of mat to it. And I'm going to do that right now. And I'm going to give you a heads up, guys. I have changing over right now, and I'm trying to stamp the seal, stamp and seal, because I'm having problems finding bulk prices for the Tombow. I'm having to change over and see. So if it messes up, understand that I do mess up, and I'm learning. All right, so this one is 5 1/4 by 4. I think, though, that I feel like I'm getting more out of these than I am actually out of the Tombow. I think the Tombow has less on it. Okay. Now, remember, we've got this going on here, but I want this to go all the way across it. So I'm going to go on ahead and put these 2 pieces down. Always a learning curve whenever you switch out to something new. Ooh, something, nope, right there. All right. And then this will fold right like that. Now when I turn it over, I can put this one in right here. probably have a smidge too long on the mat, but that's okay. It will work for this. I know some gal, they said had opened this up and she did her whole Facebook Live using the new and had so much problems with it. I debated about even using it, but don't think I don't have the Tombow sitting off to the background. I do. I'm prepared. Okay. So there's that. And there's this. Okay. Then you have to have another mat of Evening Evergreen. And then this is the other DSP. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like brush strokes. Kind of gives you the effect of, did we used to call it dry brush? I think it was. In painting, we used to call this dry brush. When you really just had a little and you just wanted little streaks like that. Okay, so here goes this one. And that one is going to go on here, but before we do that, I want to tie on ribbon. Normally, I don't use the whole piece of ribbon. I don't do this and come around and tie, but this is the end of a roll. So I just thought, what the heck? Get her gone. Get her gone. And I'm just going to tie a knot. Not going to use a bow. Okay. So you do here. There. And now I can put this piece onto this little piece that we have, which is the pop-up. And I can go right over the ribbon. And we are at the end, so I knew that was coming. So let's see if I can change it out. We shall see how easy it is. Popped in. There it is. Easy peasy. I want the bow on the bottom. Just gonna do this. Okay. Now that I know that this is here and it's going to curve under, I need the tape on this end. And I want to get that tape right next to the edge because if you look here, you see I have very little, just about the width of the actual tape is what adheres down. You don't want it any place out here because if you do, then the card will stick and it won't open. So I want it right next to the green. Piece of bow there. Right next to the edge if possible. Okay, I'm gonna set this one aside. We still have two more pieces. I wanna get a little piece here to decorate it up so that when you open it up, everything you see here has the DSP. Now, if you really had a lot of OCD, you would want to put one here, and you want to put one here, and one here, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. That's too much waste. Okay, so let's see if we can keep going here. And I want to go on ahead and run a little more, so it's over here on this edge too. Okay. Just like that. All right, now think about this. I don't want it to be this one because that is hidden. And I don't want it to be out here. So it's got to be this one right here. Of course, it has to be the one that my cursor or my scoring tool jumped the spot. But it's covered now. It's covered. Okay. All right. Now, to go on ahead and to adhere this, you're going to take off the tape. And you're going to fold the first two pieces back like this. It will not match. It does not come all the way to here. It's going to stop right about here. But when I fold it over, everything is in alignment. And there it is. Okay? So don't let that mess you up that you think, oh gosh, it's got to go all the way to the end here. No, it doesn't. Can you see what I'm talking about? Only had a ½ inch. If I'd have gone a full inch, it might have worked, it might not, because you get too close to the fold line, and I don't think it'll go where it needs to. I think the fold line's gonna be difficult to work with. Okay? All right, now let's go on ahead and let's take off this piece. And I'm gonna line this one up so that it goes all the way to the end. I want it to come all the way here, but I want it to be centered between here, okay? Now, I'm not gonna be perfect here, but I'm gonna try. All right. Oops, I didn't press the adhesive down. I had it in my hand and it was still up. Okay, so when it pops up, it'll go. So come back and get this piece now. Push this down, fold it down. And that's how easy this pop-up comes together. It really is a fast card, and it's just cute as can be. It's got a fun wow factor to it. Okay, so let's do just a little bit of coloring. So I went on ahead and I stamped, because you guys didn't need to see me stamp, but I went on ahead and I stamped a branch. I just want a branch, and I want some leaves and the bird. So I'm going to do one leaf or the branch, and I'm going to do the bird. And I'm probably not even going to go all the way because I'm only going to go about this far on the branch. The rest of it's going to stop. So I'll probably just take that much off. That way I don't waste time. So let's go on ahead and let's start with the branch. And I'm going to use Smoky Slate. Is that right? Oh, this is black. Where is my Smoky Slate? Right here. Dark Smoky Slate. Glad I looked at that. And I'm just going to lay in little spots of color, specifically along some of those little knobs where it looks like maybe we have a knot. Okay? I am not into coloring all of that green stuff, all of that black lines and stuff. That's not me. I feel like I take my painting skills with me on this paper craft journey. So sorry about my voice. I get that way in the airplane. There's something about the dry air or something in the airplane. More times than not, I come down with something like this. Feel fine. Okay. Are you still there, girls? I'm not getting comments anymore, so hopefully I didn't put you to sleep or chase you away. All right, so there's the branch done. Good job. Glad to know you're still here. Appreciate that. So I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to put in just a touch of evening evergreen on some of these leaves. Not doing much, just a touch. All right. And I do want my leaves to be a little darker, so I chose the dark, soft, succulent, pairing it with the dark. Is it the dark? No, it's the light evening evergreen. Do you ever mix your blends? Because you ought to if you've never done it before. They actually work really well if you blend them and switch them out. So I have the dark, soft, succulent with the light evening evergreen. Okay, there's my branch. I think I have already done this one here, so we're good there. Okay, let me do a bird real fast. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna use the dark smoky. Now let's start with the mint macaron. I wanted a little bit different. I didn't want to do soft succulent. I wanted a little different color. So, hi Mary, nice to have you. Yeah, Linda, this is beautiful paper. Beautiful paper. You know, Jonna, I learned years ago, I don't cheer very often at Chiefs games. I damaged my voice with Christmas programs and everything else. And I'd start yelling, and before you know it, I'd have my voice, it was gone. So unless I'm just really desperate, I don't do a lot of yelling. Now, thumping on a chair, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so I'm going to take, let's go to the dark smoky slate. And I'm just going to lay in some color here. Yeah, I do feel like I have always taken my painting, toll painting that I've done over the years. I always feel like I take it along on my paper crafting. I just think about highlighting and shading in the right same spots, and I don't know, it just always is. So now I come back with the light smoky slate. And we do this. And we're just about done. I'm going to take dark mint macaron, and I want to lay in a little extra darkness in places. And I don't do lines. If you see, I do squiggles. I like squiggles. There would be a little bit of a shadow there under his belly. And then I come back with the light and I just kind of blend it out. It always looks darker, but it lightens up here. I'm going to take the light basic black, and I'm going to take care, Jamie. Thank you. I appreciate the message for Super Bowl traveling. Okay, I'm going to take the light basic black, and I'm just going to kind of touch in here. Okay. And then I'm not a big color lifter. Pam uses the color lifter more than me. But I'm going to come back in and I'm going to lighten up his center of his belly a little bit. And the top of his head and the outside of his wing. Top of the tail. Okay, that's it. We're going to have this thing done very, very fast. Okay? All right, so we're going to take glue. Take my brush. Or my branch, not my brush, my branch. And I'm going to lightly use my glue. Okay, come over here just in case I don't have it far enough back out. And I said that I used the Clouds embossing folder. I just really like the texture of it. I wanted that. You can turn it either way. It doesn't matter if you go up. You can come to the back side and give texture. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to go with the way I think it lays the best. I'm going to go with this way. All right. Put my brush My branch, not my brush. My branch. And I'm going to trim this off. So if you girls are late, I don't know if you noticed. Yes, am I wearing Kansas City Chiefs? Of course. This is the week of the Chiefs clothing. Have to. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to put my bird on here with dimensionals. And you ask, do you have that much clothing that you can wear that much Chief stuff? You betcha. We are suckers when it says Kansas City Chiefs. We are suckers. Okay. All right. I'm going to come back here and cut one little piece right here. And put on the tail. And then we have to place it down. And there is a trick to vellum. If you've never used vellum before, there's a trick. If you haven't figured it out, stay tuned. All right. So here goes the bird. And he's going to sit right here on my branch, like so. And I did put him in a spot to help hold that down. So the trick with vellum is you have to get the adhesive behind other things, or you will see. Like if you would lay a dimensional in there, you would see the dimensional on the other side. If you use the glue dot, guess what? You see the glue dot. I'm kind of hoping I can curve that around. We're good there, okay? So, yeah, there is a definite learning curve to using vellum. You don't use a lot of vellum. I know that you can stamp on vellum. I've never stamped on vellum before. But, Linda, have you ever stamped on vellum? Any of you that have been stamping a while, have you ever done that? I think I know Pam has stamped on vellum. I don't know if you have to air dry it or if you have to let it sit overnight. It seems to me that it takes a while if you use the heat tool on it. Is that what you do, Linda? Or do you have to use StazOn, or can you use Memento? Okay. So I'm going to go on ahead and put him down. Isn't that a beautiful little bird? And I love the softness of the colors. Just that little bit of softness to it. Okay, on the front, well, let's go to the back real fast. I had colored another bird. And, oh, I thought I had that colored in. Oh, well, we color it real fast. What the heck? We'll make it fast. We won't do lots of shading. I had it colored in on the other one. Do you have to use StazOn on vellum, or can you use Memento? Anybody know? It's not something I use a lot of, vellum. If I do, I don't stamp on it, that's for sure. Okay, give me another minute. We'll be done. Just making all the leaves one color. If you haven't looked at this set, go look at it, because it's the prettiest birds they've done. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think they have, they need somebody else to draw certain things. Like, I don't like the people that Stampin' Up! Draws. Oh, don't repeat I said that. Don't get me fired. Anyhow, everything smears no matter what. I wondered about that. Okay, so I'm going to take glue, Tombow glue, and I'm just going to glue this on. Okay, so there's the back side of my card. Read above. Okay, I'll go back afterwards. Let me see if I can find it now real fast. Let me see. So read above, Linda says. Linda says, and you have to, no, maybe the next one. Okay, she said, and you have to emboss or air dry. Memento smears too. So, you know, yeah, I like it for embossing. I like it for backgrounds. And I'm going to throw some iridescent jewels out here. And our card is done. So again, if you copied it off, make sure you have the right measurement. The first measurement should be 4 1/4, 9 by 4 1/4. If you copied it off last week, it's going to be wrong. Okay. There it is. Iridescent gems. If you are thinking about coming to the craft retreat, I sent text last night to everybody that is on my list. Look at your text. If you did not get a text list or text message from me stating that I'm planning on you being there and telling you to let me know if you've changed your mind, you need to call me because you're not on the list. And I need to know because we are at the point we are maxed out. I have a waiting list with one person on it. So let me know. And if you're not, if you're virtual, we can still keep taking them. Here's the birds. And remember, birds work all week until we get to Sunday, which is actually the beginning of the next week, at which point then the Chiefs take over. Okay. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you're a football fan, wear Chiefs, go proud, be proud, because, you know, it's a big deal that they have made it 3 times in 5 years. It's an incredible run. Incredible run. So take care. God bless. And even if the Eagles win, I'm okay because I like Jason Kelce too. So, all right, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.